is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Ohio.
I don't know what they're doing against the rest of the league, but they played us really tough. And I mean, even the wins, they're for the most part, they've been close games, except for the couple they've blown us out. They've just played us. They played really well against us.
We got to give it up to them. You know, they're doing a good job against us. They're hitting. They're playing good defense and they're running the right way. And tip our hats to them. All right, we got 2 more games. We can't just back down from it.
Once again, it's a spectacular evening in downtown Cleveland for baseball as the Tribe tries to figure out a way to beat the Minnesota Twins. It's Game 3 of their 4-game series coming up right here on Sports Time Ohio. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. Max Kepler. Yeah, you might want to remember that name because the last guy to hit 4 homers over a 2-game stretch against the Indians is in the Hall of Fame, Kirby Puckett, and that was almost 30 years ago.
Boy, this kid is having a series to remember, and it's only been 2 games, and he has really done a lot of damage. 3 home runs in Game 1, 4 home runs in the series, and they've found his sweet spot. This young man has 14 home runs in his last 37 games. He had 23 RBIs in the month of July. He is on fire, and so is the rest of the Minnesota Twins. They have 19 extra base hits so far in the first 2 games, 33 hits total, and I'll tell you what, it's going to take a good pitching performance to slow these guys down.
Well, Mike Napoli has done his part to try and counter with the big bat. He's top 5 in home runs now in the American League, and he has homered in 4 straight games.
Well, Mike Napoli has put on a show on this homestand. As a matter of fact, he leads all of baseball with home runs. He has 17 in his home ballpark. He loves to hit in this place, and he has been fun to watch. He brought him back into the ball game last night. They couldn't take advantage of it, but I'll tell you what, he's swinging it very well right now. 26 on the year. It's fun to watch him get after it.
Well, Mike Napoli with a homer in 4 straight games. He also has 7 hits in those 4 straight games. Tied for 5th in the league in dingers. And since the All-Star break, a total of 8 home runs as he tries to give the Indians offense a little boost here. They need something to get this series turned around against the Minnesota Twins. We'll be back with tonight's first pitch. Plus, we'll check in with Andre Knott, who has more on the party at Napoli's. Cleveland Indians baseball is brought to you by W.B. Mason, the official office supplier of the Cleveland Indians. By McDonald's, I'm loving it. And by your local Toyota dealers, visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
downtown Cleveland as the Tribe and Twins get ready for Game 3 of their 4-game set. Welcome into our Fox Sports Time Ohio studios. I'm Ashley Collins. A lot going on in Major League Baseball tonight, but a couple of things to keep an eye on. The Tigers now 3 games back in the AL Central standings. They're in action tonight with the White Sox. Also the AL East leading Orioles taking on the AL West leading Rangers. So we'll keep you updated on those games and much more. Now let's send it back out to Rick and Matt at Progressive Field. Guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Ashley. Here at Progressive Field, the Indians getting ready to take on the Minnesota Twins, a team that has had their number, but hopefully they'll try to figure out a way to turn the tables tonight. One thing that would help is for Mike Napoli to stay red hot at the plate. He's currently homered in 4 straight. And with more on that story, let's go down to Andre Knott.
Well, Mike Napoli's obviously been hot at the plate with 4 home runs in 4 consecutive games. And he seems to take life pretty easy for the most part. And since the Party at Napoli slogan has become a part of him this season, and he says he's done this year in and year out, he takes his bats and he usually puts a slogan, maybe a teammate's nickname, maybe something that's been going on in the clubhouse. Well, this year, Party at Napoli's has become the theme of the season because of the T-shirt sales and everything else. So he's put them on the barrel of his bat. And when the team saw this when we came back from the homestand, I think every guy in the clubhouse wants a bat that says Party at Napoli's, especially when you can hit it up there to the scoreboard with them. I think every guy wants one, but it just tells you the personality that Nap has. He also wanted the guys to see it to lighten the mood a little bit, to say, hey, this is a game still. Enjoy it. Come out here and get ready and play. Let's have fun and remember why we're out here.
That's pretty cool right there. Party at Naps on the bat. You got it.
Well, and I think it's also important for this club to embrace the moment, embrace the situation. It's easy to sit back and say, oh, they've lost 2 straight. They've lost 6 out of 10. Their lead is down to 3 games, and to look at the glass half empty. But they're 3 games up, and it's August the 3rd, and they've still got a terrific pitching staff and an offense that has been surging. So you can look at it one of 2 ways. And I think Mike Napoli's the kind of guy that wants to look at the glass half full.
I don't think any of the players are looking at it, because they lost 2 in a row. Look, they got beat up. They got beat up very good in the first 2 games of this series by the Twins. Twins are swinging the bat as good as any team that has swung the bat against the Indians so far. We still have 2 games left. They're going to have to shut down that offense and get back to their basics and let's get after it. They'll be fine.
Cleveland 60-44 on the year. The surging Tigers are 10 games over 500 at 58-48. They've closed the gap to 3 games in the division by winning 7 in a row. And Francisco Lindor was asked after the ball game last night if he's worried about the Tigers, and he said, I'm worried about us. I'm only worried about our club and what I can control, my play. He said everything else will take care of itself. And I think if everybody takes that same attitude, that will be just fine. It's like the old Satchel Paige. If you look back, then they're going to keep gaining on you. You got to look forward and not worry about the competition or your closest pursuers. And so the Indians will go to work tonight against the Minnesota Twins. And the lineup that Trevor Bauer will face tonight is brought to you by Spitzer Automotive. Brian Dozier will lead it off. Joe Mauer and Max Kepler, have they had a series? They have combined to go 11 for 18. Miguel Sano bats cleanup. Eddie Rosario 5th. Eduardo Escobar 6th. Then it's Polanco. Juan Centeno gets the start behind the plate tonight. His first action in the series. Danny Santana batting 9th.
Well, in our Northern Ohio Honda starting pitcher, Trevor Bauer on the mound. In his last 4 starts, he's 0-2 and a high ERA. He's at 6.4. His last win was that win that came in Toronto out of the bullpen. His last win as a starter was back in Atlanta on the road, where he went 6 innings, gave up 5 runs and a couple of hits. So it's time for him to get back on track. His June numbers were 3-0 and a 2 ERA. His July numbers, he was 1-2 and a 5.19. So we'll see how Trevor settles in tonight. In his career, he's 1-4. This will be his 3rd start against the Twins, and he is 0-1. Let's set the defense for you behind Trevor Bauer tonight, brought to you by Jeep. It'll be Almonte in left, Naquin in center, Chisenhall in right. Ramirez at 3rd, Lindor at short, Kipnis is at 2nd, Napoli at 1st, Jimenez back behind the plate with Bauer on the mound.
Manny Gonzalez has the plate tonight. Jim Reynolds at first. Crew chief Field and Kelberth at second. C.B. Buckner down at third. And with that, we're ready to go. 83 degrees at game time under crystal clear blue skies. Bauer's first pitch, line to short, caught by Lindor, one away. Well, Minnesota picking up right where they left off last 2 games, and that's swinging.
They get the fastball. He hit it right on the nose, but Lindor tracks it down.
And you pointed out, Rick, that even the outs they've made have been loud outs at times.
They're swinging it the best they've swung it all year long, no doubt about it. Paul Molitor knows it.
Here's Joe Mauer taking, and that's a called strike. I don't know that I've seen Mauer swing the bat better than he has in this series in at least a few years. He's always been a terrific player, but he's about as locked in as I've seen him in a long time.
And their skipper Molitor wants to see him go. I remember when we came back after the All-Star break, he had a series, you know, when even though the Indians won 2 out of 3, he was taking a lot of walks. He walked him 3 times in one game. So, you know, he's at his best when he walks and gets a hit, you know, and things like that. So he can get on a roll. He's not going to hit many long balls. He hit one in game 1, but he can get on base. He had 4 hits in game 1.
He's got another hit here. He just plugged the gap, and that's going to be a double for Mauer. That'll be his 4th double of the series.
Just another extra base hit. That's number 20 now for the Twins in this series.
Let's go down to Andre.
Well, Molitor talked a couple days ago about Mauer and trying to change a couple things. They're kind of opening up his hips a little bit more. They want to get more power out of him, but as you guys know, he is what he is. He's a gap-to-gap hitter, but they enjoy that he's been willing at this point in his career to make some adjustments, and it's worked out very well for him in this series.
Yeah, he's always been a line drive hitter like that, but boy, he can put the bat on the ball.
That's the 32nd double that the Twins have hit against the Indians this year.
Wow. And this is game number 12 just starting.
What's crazy is that it's one thing to swing the bats well, but when 50% of your hits basically have been for extra bases.
That's the way it's been this year for the Twins against the Indians. I'll tell you a number here in this series. After they are down 0-2 in a count. Now, Indians pitching has had them down 20 times in this series. They're 11 for 20. Not on the very next pitch, but at least the Indians pitchers have had them down. They can't put them away.
He's thrown 3 straight breaking balls to Max Kepler, and the count is 2-1. Three balls and a strike.
He's going to go inside there. You better be careful. You better make sure it gets in there. We've seen it down there enough. Leave the yard.
There's a breaking ball, and that is in for a strike, and the count is full. Payoff pitch, way inside. I mean, he missed his target by a ton. East of the game brought to you by Wayside Furniture. Locate, locate, locate.
That's what they're going to have to do to get some of the Twins hitters out.
By the way, you were talking about that statistic where the Twins have gone 11 for 20.
Right.
After the count has gone to 0-2.
Correct.
On the year, after the count is 0-2, opposing hitters are batting just 162 against the Indians pitching staff.
I know, and the Indians have 3 guys that were the top 3 guys in the league. When you had Carrasco, Salazar, and Kluber. When you get to 2 strikes, how they can put you away. They haven't been able to do it so far in this series. That's the amazing thing. That's how well they're swinging the bats.
The 0-1 offering, and it's ripped back over the screen. Nothing into the count.
They are not getting cheated. Here we go again. You've got an 0-2 count. You'll see a good rip at this ball. Boy, he gets him out. He's just a little bit late.
2 on, 1 out. And the 0-2 pitch.
Yes.
On the appeal, he did not go, says first base umpire Jim Reynolds.
Trying to get him to chase that curve ball down in front.
Well, did he go this time? No again. 2-2. This one appeared to be a little closer. It looked like he did hold up.
Yeah, he did. Back to back. He's trying to get him to swing at that pitch. He's strong enough to stop his swing.
Now the 2-2. The fastball up and away, full count. The payoff pitch is a fastball, and Sano spoils it. Chris Jimenez is going to go out.
Well, he's been on a couple of fastballs in this at bat, but you certainly don't want to walk him. You've got to throw a strike in this situation. You would like to. He hasn't bitten on the curveball after he had him down at 0-2. He's worked his way back into the count. It's a full count. See what they choose to do.
He walked him. It's up high, and the bases are loaded on back-to-back walks. And that'll bring up Eddie Rosario.
For the Twins, batting fifth, number 20, the center fielder,
Rosario 3 for 9 in the series.
This guy has hit in his last 13 straight games against the Indians at a .327 clip.
In the dirt, ball 1.
Well, it's a good place for the curveball if they chase it, but not early to fall behind.
Rosario swings and fouls it back to even the count. It did not look like a pitch he really wanted to get
helped
after.
Helped him out. Well, this guy's a very aggressive hitter. He'll swing at pitches from his shoe tops up to the bill of his cap. But, you know, if he was patient there, he could have been hitting a 2-0 count. But you can see he has very good numbers against Bauer. Small sample size.
The 1-1. Swung through a fastball, and it's 1-2. Neither one of these teams, Cleveland or Minnesota, is very effective in bases loaded situations. Minnesota's batting .188 as a team. That's the lowest batting average in the major leagues. The Indians not much better though. This year they're hitting .208 with the bases loaded. There's a foul ball. But earlier in this series, we saw the Twins clear the bases.
Yes, we did.
It was a triple by Jorge Polanco. Bauer's 1-2. And the count evens up. Another 2-2. And a jam job right through the box. That'll get one home. Mauer scores. Kepler scores 2. And the Twins lead it 2-0.
Well, they continue to find the holes after the 2 walks. Rosario gets a fisted single. He missed with the curveball. He evens the count 1-1. Got him. He's down in the count 1-2 on a fastball away. He fouled off a curveball. Fastball was up and out of the zone, and there it is. He ran one inside, but it was strong enough to get it right back up the middle. So the Minnesota will play from in front one more time in this series.
Eduardo Escobar. Line drive, caught. 2 down. Throw back to first, but that's Rosario able to get back to the bag.
Smart play by Napoli to come off the base. It was a little off target from Chisenhall, thinking that he went about halfway down and slipped.
Rick, the Twins have scored in 9 different innings in the series. Only one time in those 9 have they scored a single run.
Yeah, they've been putting crooked numbers on the board.
8 out of the 9 have been multi-run innings.
Hey, the 2 balls they made outs with Dozier, line drive to Lindor, and then that Escobar hit one to Chisenhall and right that was not. It was hit pretty well too. They're a team swinging right now like they know what's coming. They're very comfortable in the batter's box.
The 1-1.
And the pitches are starting to mount here in the first inning for Bauer. They really could use a good start. They got to go at least 6 innings, you would hope, tonight, because that bullpen has been taxed.
Hard to get deep into a game when you fire 30 pitches in an inning.
Absolutely.
3-1.
Yeah. He's going to continue to go. He's thrown more balls than strikes. 15 balls and 14 strikes. And he's had some counts in his favor. 0-2, 1-2 as well. There you go, 50-50.
Jorge Polanco, by the way, has 2 doubles and 2 triples in this series.
You know, you talked about they only have 1 inning where they scored 1 run. It's hard to do when you have 20 extra base hits.
He's walked another. That's 3 walks in the inning, and the bases are loaded for the 2nd time.
Well, here comes Mickey Callaway again. He's been out of that dugout now quite a bit. This being the third game, and he's coming out in the first inning tonight.
Well, it's a starting pitching staff that has definitely taken its lumps here of late. But overall, if you include the bullpen, if you just look at the pitching staff as a whole, you look at their ERA in April was a little over 4, was much better in in May. June, it was unbelievable, about 240. July, since July 1st, it's a pitching staff that's ERA is 4.65 since July 1st. And the league, major league average, earned run average is 4.04, just a little over 4. So there definitely is some cause for concern, I think, right now. Juan Centeno has not played in the series and almost got one in the foot.
Good pick. I'll tell you what, Jimenez did a nice job to save a run there. And I mean, it was down in the left-handed batter's box. He had to backhand it and pick it. See, he gets out of the way. That's almost like a play at first base. But he was on his knees to do it. Good save. Well, he's all over the place.
It seems
he's
to be
frustrated
contagious with his rotation right now.
Well, it sure does. He snatched that ball back after Jimenez threw it back to him. He's frustrated with himself right now. You can see it.
On the ground, Kipnis has it, throws him out. Twins get 2, leave them loaded. Indians coming to bed. Starting lineup tonight brought to you by Progressive. For Terry Francona, it will be Carlos Santana leading it off. Jason Kipnis second. Francisco Lindor will bat third. Mike Napoli hitting cleanup. Jose Ramirez fifth. Lonnie Chisnall will bat sixth. Then it's Tyler Naquin, Abraham Almonte, and Chris Jimenez.
And Hyundai starting pitcher tonight, Tyler Duffy, 6'3", 225 pounds. He's 25 years old, from Houston, Texas. He's 5-8, and he's struggled in his last couple of starts. This season, 89 2/3 innings, and he has allowed 142 base runners.
Carlos Santana takes a called strike. Carlos has gone 4 for 8 in the series with a home run.
Got him on the board last night, and they really it propelled them to a 6-run inning that brought them right back into the game. Duffy a changeup. His curveballs is his bread and butter. He can throw it a couple different ways.
Pitches away, 2-2. Down in the dirt. He's worked it full. Minnesota went to a shift once the count got to 2 strikes. 3 infielders on the right side. Payoff pitch. Mauer on the big hop turned his head away, but makes the play.
You remember he had a bad bounce the other day that jumped up over his glove where Kipnis got a hit. Let's check out the Twins defense for you. Behind Duffy tonight, it looks like this. In the outfield, Santana in left, Rosario in center, Kepler over in right, Polanco at third, Escobar at short, Dozier at second, Mauer is at first, Centino is doing the catching.
That'll bring up Jason Kipnis. Jason has driven in 58 runs on the year, and he's on pace to drive in 90. He's already equaled his career best in home runs.
Yeah, he's pulling the ball a lot more this year, as we've talked about a number of times.
There's the ball down and in. 2 down.
There's a good look at his curveball. You can see he gets you to chase. It goes straight down. When he gets ahead of you, that's the pitch he'll use to try and put you away.
Francisco Lindor. Lindor 4 for 9 in the series. Check that. Second 4 for 9. Out of play. Down in the dirt. Back out of play. Lindor, the best home batting average in the American League at .353. Start a rally with 2 outs. Instead, he's down on strikes. The Indians go 1-2-3, and the Twins lead it 2-0 after 1. overhead tonight. Trevor Bauer looking for a quick inning. He needed 34 pitches to get through the first. Danny Santana takes a strike. Santana has 5 hits in the series. Serves another one. Base hit left field.
Well, that was a little two-seam fastball away. Again, Santana with the no stride, waited on the baseball and just took what was given to him with that fastball away. Look at him. Just his arms go back. He's got a little timing mechanism with the hands that go back, and he slaps it the other way. And when you're a left-handed hitter and you're a line drive, you got to get on top of that ball and hit line drives. You don't hit it in the air. Defeats the whole purpose, but line drives work very well, just like that.
Back to the top of the order, and Brian Dozier, who had a line drive to Lindor his first time up. Danny Santana asks for time as he smooths out the dirt. He has stolen 12, but he has been caught a whopping 8 times. Caught the outside corner.
When Minnesota gets a lead, they can get aggressive. We've seen it in this series. They'll start runners. They did a hit and run with him last night, first and third, if you remember. He got on a high fastball and got the ground ball to get the runner home from third and stay out of the double play.
Swings at it, pops it up. So Dozier did him a favor. And that's out number 1. Player profile brought to you by Levin Furniture. Trevor Bauer was the 3rd overall pick in 2011. Francisco Lindor went 8th overall to the Tribe. And of course,
yeah, there were some good players in that draft, boy.
Indians brought Bauer over in the trade that included Shin-Soo Choo. Joe Mauer sent a screaming line drive to the left center field gap. First time up. Scored the Twins' first run in the first inning. Mentioned during Bauer's previous start, I think it was the game in well, it was both Baltimore and Oakland. Both those starts he was pitching on extended rest. Quick throw to first, ball gets away. Santana will go to second, and he might keep going to third. Here's the throw, and he is safe. So a two-base throwing error puts Santana at third base with 1 out.
I want to see exactly what happened. I think that ball was high enough for Knapp, and it looked like it went off his glove as he was a little too quick on the tag. It's exactly what happened. Right. You know what I'm saying? It was a good throw by Jimenez, so that's got to be on Napoli.
Yep.
And that's going to be a two-base error as he hustles his way into third base. And there you go. Now a little mistake like that gives Minnesota another opportunity, and the Indians have to play the infield in. That was a good throw by Jimenez.
It was right on the glove.
That sure was.
I'm not sure what was wrong with that pitch, but it's 3-0 now in Mauer. Right back into the mask of Chris Jimenez, but he says he's all right, full count.
He says, I've got a free swing here, 3-1 count. I'm getting after it. He wants to try and hit at least a fly ball to get that runner in from third. Infield in.
And the payoff pitch. Line drive center field, base hit. 3-0 Minnesota. Joe Mauer continues to eat up Indians pitching. That's his 8th hit in 12 at bats in the series.
And you know, when he gets into a groove, he makes it look easy because he never goes out of his way or style. That pitch had too much of the plate. Jimenez had to go back and reach for it. That was down. He stayed right on it. And there's another base hit. So give Mauer his 36th RBI. It's 3-0 Twins now. And Minnesota already with 4 hits.
Max Kepler walked and scored in the first. Inside, ball 1. Bauer 23 balls, 23 strikes.
Finally got a swing and a miss. You can't say there's been many of those in this series for Minnesota.
Well, Max Kepler hasn't had many. He's
just second
in everything in this series.
That's right. He hasn't missed. Twice he has, Tommy says.
1-1 pitch is hit in the air to center. Naquin. 2 down.
Well, Indians baseball is live with MLB.com @bat app. You can stay connected all season with radio broadcasts, video highlights, stats, news, and more. Download MLB.com @bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your smartphone and tablet.
Miguel Sano. He had a good at bat his first time up, drew a walk. You made the point that when the team swings the bat the way the Twins have, it's almost like they know what's coming. I think back to that at bat Sano had first time up. He was down on the count, worked it full, drew a walk.
Yeah.
Are you seeing in this series, just in these 2 games plus tonight, is it more of a lack of executing the pitches by Indians pitchers, or a scouting report that is being carried out in perfect detail by Twins hitters?
Well, I think it's a little both. You got to really give them credit. The whole team is swinging the bat well. And, you know, the Indians have had their chances. They haven't been able to put away. I told you, they've had 20 times before coming into this game, 0-2 counts. They have 11 hits, you know, coming out of it. They're fouling pitches off. They're seeing the ball well. They're swinging it.
You get that.
They're playing with confidence, man. They're swinging it. I guarantee you. You ask Molitor, and he'll say, man, they're as good as you can get right now.
You get that many hits though when you're down 0-2, and that
See,
that's uncanny.
He expected them to come out and do this at the start of the year because they had a decent year last year, and I think everybody said, okay, they're going to improve because they're young kids. Well, they got off to a slow start, and I think they started to doubt themselves. Well, after the break now, they picked it up. They had a great month of July. They were 15-11. They were here 2-0 in the month of August. And you know what? It's made their starting pitchers better because their starters are scoring. And the starters being better has made the bullpen a little bit better because they don't have to go to it as early. So it's affecting the whole team. They're playing with a lot of confidence right now. Hey, you just don't walk in and start hitting, you know, Salazar, Carrasco, Bar all over the ballpark like they are and not be hot. I'm sorry. They're swinging. They're putting a lot of doubt in the Indians' minds, I'll tell you that. They made a valiant effort to try and come back from 8-0 last night. They just, it's a rarity to do that. They just spanked him the first night.
Struck him out. Ends the inning. Twins get another run, albeit an unearned one. 3-0 Minnesota. Goodyear covering the bases with tires for superior performance all season long. Goodyear, more driven. Bottom of the second inning, Mike Napoli will lead it off for the Indians. His longest streak was back 4 years ago with Texas when he homered in 5 in a row.
That's a pretty nice string when you can go 5 in a row. 4 in a row is a good string. See, he's really enjoyed hitting in this ballpark this year. And he's got to be thrilled because there's a lot more games to come in this park. Tyler Duffy's earned run average on the road is 415. Much better on the road than it is at home. At home, it's just a bit under 8, 796. So we'll see what happens when the Indians can get a few base runners on them.
popped up. Is it playable? Mauer to the seats. No, it's out of play. You know, we were talking earlier.
Oh, there was a fight.
Yeah, a little bit of a
fumble.
The number by Kepler, Max Kepler, 4 homers in 2 games against the Indians. I thought that was the most by a Twins player. That's the most by any Twin, period. Not just against the Indians, by any Twin.
Okay.
Since Puckett did it in '87. Foul back, out of play. Eight pitch at bat for Napoli coming up right here. Duffy's 3-2, and he strikes him out.
That's 3 consecutive strikeouts for Duffy.
Time for an in-game update. Here's Ashley Collins.
Thanks, Matt. 2 teams very busy at the trade deadline, Rangers and Orioles, and Carlos Beltran gives Texas the early lead with his first homer as a Ranger. Orioles scored 3, then Jonathan Lucroy with an RBI single to deep right field. Orioles up 3-2, heading into the third. Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Ashley. Now Jose Ramirez socks a single into center field. The Indians get their first hit of the night.
There's another guy that likes to hit at home. Jose comes out, jumps on that first pitch, and gets himself a base hit. First hit for the Indians. And that one's right there. Right down the middle. Why not swing at it? It's a line drive to center field. So there's your start.
And Ramirez now a hit in 8 straight. And up comes Lonnie Chisenhall. And a base hit into right field. Ramirez will hit the bag and head to third. Kepler's throw not in time, a little offline. And the Indians have runners at the corners with 1 out.
Now we got some action. First and third for a while. Chisenhall finds the hole between first and second with Mauer holding him on. You're going to see it gets under his glove. Pretty good pitch down. And with Mauer coming off, can't reach it. He made 2 good plays like that last night. And Ramirez will go all the way to third base on the throw that's a little offline. So now the Indians with a chance to get on the board.
It'll bring up Tyler Naquin.
That's the way you have to look at it offensively. When the Twins have been swinging it like that, you got to say, hey, we got to outslug them, boys. Let's get after it. Stay patient. Look for something you like and get after it.
Low and away, ball 1. Chase to a bad ball in the dirt. Coming home is Ramirez. The throw not in time. Ball gets away from Duffy.
There you go.
And the Indians get a run. Down to scoring position goes Lonnie Chisenhall.
You know, I could see Chisenhall getting to second base, but boy, Ramirez had, I guess, a pretty good read on it. Once it got between his legs because it wasn't far away. Would have been interesting to see if Duffy catches this ball, if he might have had a chance. He didn't touch the plate until right now. I think he misses it going by. He sure did, and with the foot too. But now he comes back to touch it, and the umpire says, okay, now you're safe. All right, so the wild pitch, the Indians score, and you send Chisenhall into scoring position, so they're on the board.
Chased another one in the dirt. 1-2 the count. Twins lead it. Naquin tying run at the plate here in the second. Top American League rookie batting average-wise, Tyler Naquin. Max Kepler, the top rookie in terms of home runs, but these two, I would say, neck and neck right now in the American League Rookie of the Year race.
Yeah, and there's a guy that's pitching in Detroit tonight that's going to be up there as well. But these two left-handed hitters, in the sense of fishing, they're both pretty good since June 1st.
Out of play down the left side.
All right, Kyrie Irving just made the play.
Duffy with a 2-2. And it's up high, full count.
Well, he chased a couple down out of the strike zone earlier in the at-bat. One thing that Tyler's been doing, he's been getting becoming more patient. Let's see what he does here on a full count.
Well, the umpire rung him up.
Well, he went with the curveball
for Duffy.
He went with that curveball, and he thought it was going to break down into the dirt. He took it. Let's see it. This is the good one he threw for a strike without getting him to chase. It's a good pitch. But he did chase two earlier in the count, if you remember. So, all right, he got him that time. We'll see what happens the next time.
Up comes Abraham Almonte. Almonte 1 for 4 in the series with a run scored. Base hit, center field coming around third. Chisenhall will try to score. Rosario's throw is offline. They've got Almonte in a rundown. The run has scored.
Yep.
Almonte is going to be tagged out, and the inning is over.
All right, the run counts.
Indians getting within a run. It's a 3-2 Twins lead after 2 innings here in Cleveland. Miller time brought to you by Miller Lite. Bunt attempt goes foul.
Well, right now Trevor needs to come down and have a shutdown inning. His first 0 to be put on the board. He's been very good at it this year. His ERA after the Indians have scored, he's been able to shut down the opponents to an ERA of .64. So he's been very good at it. And that's what he could use, and the team could use that right now.
Back out of play.
I want to send along some congrats to one of our own, Kelly McLean, and her husband Matt on July 30th. Baby girl Maura Ann McLean, 6 pounds 12 ounces. Congratulations, Kelly and Matt.
Line drive, base hit, center field. That's 5 hits already for Minnesota. They get their leadoff man aboard for the 2nd inning in a row.
And what 0-2 count? 0-2 pitch. That curveball right there. That's where you want to get him to maybe chase it. You don't. He threw it for a strike, and they get a base hit. So this team continues to swing it, and swing it well.
And Eduardo Escobar, who lined out to right his first time up, steps in. Bauer pumps a strike in. Time called. Got in on him, popped him up foul, and that will get out of play. There's a drive, deep right field, and off the wall. Chisholm has to chase it down. Rosario coming around third. He will score, and it's now a 4-2 Minnesota lead.
Boy, 2 hitters into it, and they are right back on the board, and they answered.
Another curveball that just got a lot of the plate.
And another 0-2 base hit. It's unbelievable.
For Minnesota, hitting number 11, Jorge Polanco.
So they have scored in every inning. Now with nobody out, let's see how they play it. The way they're swinging it, they're just going to keep on hacking.
I mean, the old adage is you get to 2 strikes, especially 0-2, you don't want to make a pitch that's too good to a hitter. And those last 0-2 pitches were, I understand they're hanging curveballs, but they're right in the middle of the plate, too. With the sacrifice.
I wanted to see how they were going to play that. It goes 1-3 on the sacrifice. You know what? What's wrong with the way they've been swinging the bat on an 0-2 pitch to maybe move their feet and go inside and knock them off the plate a little bit? Not a thing wrong, because they all look very comfortable in the batter's box.
I haven't seen anybody moved off the plate yet.
Well, there you go. They're pretty comfortable then. I'm not saying you have to hit them. I'm saying you have to make them move their feet.
I take that back. There was one hitter, and it was last night.
I know what
it was. Carlos Carrasco. He knocked Escobar off the plate, and then he popped out. That's the only one I can remember. Juan Centeno, a ground out, his only time up. Infield in. Down and in, 2-0. Three and 0. Already the 65th pitch coming up here for Bauer. Well, that was close, but doesn't matter. It's ball 4, and now there are runners at the corners with 1 out. T-Mobile greater coverage of baseball. Miguel Cabrera's getting hot for the hottest team in baseball. The Tigers charging hard, closing the gap to 3 on the Indians. Detroit's won 7 in a row. They're scoreless in the 4th at home tonight against Chicago.
Good matchup there. Fulmer against Sale. All right. Well, Bauer, now you've got a chance for a double play ball. This guy at the plate, I wouldn't be surprised. You could see some action going. Polanco or Escobar's on third. Good series for Santana, 6 for 9.
Broke his bat. One hopper, throw home.
There you go.
And they'll tag him out. The runners have to hold at first and second, 2 down.
Yeah, well, that was the right move. It wasn't hit hard enough to turn 2. So Lindor says, I'm going to cut the run off at home, which was well done. And it was a good rundown. They gave it up to Jimenez, and he made 1 throw, and they were able to apply the tag, and no other runner could advance. And you run him back, give it up, and tag him. Well done.
Number 2.
Okay, so they cut that run off now. That's out number 2.
Top of the order, and Brian Dozier. Dozier is lined out, flied out. A little high, ball 1.
Well, this is, you don't want to mess around with this guy high in the strike zone. He's a great high ball hitter.
Last time up, though, he swung at one of those pitches high up out of the strike zone, and popped it up.
Right where he left it there, but now he's laying off of it. He got him, you're right, to left field. And he popped it up, but he hit it pretty deep.
Threw it by him at 95, 2-1. Fastball low and away. 3 balls and a strike. Two down in the 3rd. And this will be pitch number 73 for Bauer.
We walk number 5 for him now.
2nd in the inning, and the bases are loaded. 3rd time Minnesota's loaded them up tonight.
That is a season high for walks for Trevor. He walked 4 in Baltimore in his start, where he went 4 innings. He took the loss. Well, he's walked 5 tonight. And you can know why that pitch count is up to 73 with only 1 strikeout.
There's a fastball for a strike. Joe Mauer has 8 hits in 12 at-bats in this series. 4 doubles. Swung on and missed. He's ahead of him 0-2, but in this series that means nothing.
No, you're right. Absolutely nothing. Well, right here, it's a big out for Bauer and the Indians.
Line drive, base hit in the gap, cut off by Almonte. 2 more will score for the Twins. Throw to second, it's close, but he's in there safely. And Minnesota once again just continues to torture the Indians. The 0-2 hits they have given up have been incredible.
It really has. I mean, he stayed up, fastball away, and he's going to plug the gap with it. And boy, they just continue. Another extra base hit. And it's just time and time again. It's almost like watching replays night after night. His second double, his 15th. They have 3 doubles on the night. They now have 6 runs.
So Mauer's 9 for 13 in the series. 9 for 13 with 5 doubles and a home run.
Yeah. They're hitting every hole, and they are not missing pitches. It's the best offensive display I've seen this year.
Well, and you think about the Red Sox, man, and that was a heck of a lineup that we have seen this year.
Nothing like the hits, though. I mean, and it's coming 1 through 9.
Yeah, it's everybody. The only guy that hasn't hit is Miguel Sano.
This has been everybody has put quality swings on it, and I mean hitting line drives. They're making it look very easy.
Max Kepler's the 8th man to bat in the inning, and he takes ball 1. By the way, you saw Sean Armstrong just called up today. Austin Adams was sent back to AAA. One ball, 1 strike.
Tonight for Minnesota, talking about it, on 0-2 counts, they're 3 for 3 with a walk. In this series, they're 14 for 23.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You might as well, you know what? Might as well tell them what's coming. Nothing else has worked.
I told you that. I mean, the average for opposing hitters against the Indians after 0-2 counts this year is $162. So how do you explain this?
You don't.
Broken
There's
bat.
another one, unless he can get in it.
Lonnie with a dive. What a catch! No, they say he trapped it where the ball came loose. One or the other. And Minnesota has just tacked on 2 more.
Well, the umpire was out there. Lonnie's coming in. He's asking Kipnis. And Terry says he wants to check it. They want to check it. Let's see. Did that bounce into the webbing?
That's a catch, I think.
Okay, I didn't know if it bounced into the webbing. Let's see. This is an angle.
That's in the glove all the way.
I think he got the fingers underneath it.
That is in the glove all the way. I thought maybe it came out at the end, but I don't think it did.
I hope so. So I thought it sort of bounced in the first time, and it looked like he got his fingers on it. If they overrule this, then it's going to be a 6-2 game. If it doesn't, then if it stands, then that means it's 8. So this is a big call here. And Jim Reynolds was out there, and he was saying no, but let's take a look here. Does the glove get underneath? Boy, it looks like it does, doesn't it? And it started to trickle out the end. It didn't get out to the grass. The question is, did the glove get underneath it?
Yes.
That angle
tells you
looks
it definitely
like.
did.
Yeah. Sure does. Boy, good effort. That's the only play he had. He had to get after it. And it stays in. Now it's just a matter of waiting to see what New York says.
Crew chief Philden Culbreth has his back to us. He's on the right. The umpire that made the call, Jim Reynolds, on your left. And the decision has been made. The result. Oh my goodness. What are they looking at? You have got to be absolutely kidding me.
Well, you can't argue.
He's going to be thrown out.
Yeah, of course he is. He's going to be ejected because you.
Mickey Callaway might have been ejected as well. I don't know. Terry Francona just wants to know how in the world you can make that call. Now, it's not Philden Culbreth's fault. He's just on the phone, but he wants explanation. He wants to know what they told him. What could they possibly have seen that everybody here didn't see, which was the gloves under the ball. The ball goes into the glove, and now Jim Reynolds is chirping at Mickey Callaway. Now Brad Mills is going to have to come out and get Mickey.
Mickey's got to leave the field. It's plain and simple. It's the skipper's decision. I know he's upset.
Well, Mickey's frustrated
but
too.
It's not
been a bad stretch for the
guys here called it originally like it was no catch, but it's not their decision. Like you say, you got to go through New York to get it, and they say the call stands, and nobody agreed with it in that Indians dugout. But I know Tito wants an explanation why. Because they showed it on the scoreboard, and you could see that Chisenhall got his glove under. At least they certainly felt that way. The looks that we have. Here's our looks.
The glove's under the ball.
At bat for Minnesota, designated hitter Miguel Sano.
No way you can say that ball hit the ground. On that look alone, it clearly shows the glove is under the ball on the catch.
Well, in turn, that's going to be a 2-out, 2-run single. And now comes Brad Mills, and he's going to be, I would think, Bauer's out of here.
Yeah, he's made the move to the bullpen.
Yeah. So this is another game that's gotten away from an Indian starter.
Third straight game an Indian starting pitcher has been bombed out early. Cleveland Clinic call to the bullpen has been made. And by rights, Bauer should be out of the inning with only 6 runs allowed. But because of a brutally bad replay decision, 8 runs are in for Minnesota, and they're still batting, and Sean Armstrong's coming on when we come back. Cleveland. And the Indians down 8-2. Ninth man to bat in the inning is Miguel Sano.
All right, let's really slow it down. That's pretty much the best shot we could get right there. That's what they see.
The 0-1 is popped out of play.
Here comes the other front side. Boy, frame by frame, it looks like he catches it. You know, when you're an outfielder, you're trying that. You don't know because you're diving head first. And could you see his eyes look like they were closed as he was on his stomach?
1 ball, 2 strikes. Gets away. Down to second base goes Kepler. And the count is 2-2. Strikes him out with a nice breaking ball, and that'll end the inning. It's Minnesota 8, Cleveland 2. Terry Francona ejected from the ball game because you're not allowed to come out and argue after a video replay challenge. So he was tossed. I didn't see if Mickey. I know Mickey's still.
He is.
He's still in the ball game. I don't think he got ejected.
Wow, he came out faster than Tito did. That's a break if he's still on the bench. Are you sure he's still on the bench?
Looks like him down there.
Is that Q?
Or is that Cottrell?
That's Q.
Oh.
No,
Mickey was ejected as well. Okay.
Absolutely. Mickey came out like a caged animal, man. He came out in a hurry.
Chris Jimenez is trying to lay a bunt down to get something started here in the bottom of the third.
Well, right. Just trying to get anything going. Boy, the story of the series is this Minnesota offense. No matter, I mean, how many times have the Indians, they got to come back every night? And not an easy thing to do.
But good pitching is supposed to beat good hitting.
Yeah, it is. For the most of the time, it will. But for these 3 days, it hasn't been to this point.
Good breaking ball in for a strike.
Well, and it's been different where you say it's been crooked numbers for Minnesota. You know, if they score and they're consistent and they're swinging the bats good, you know, sometimes you got to mix in a 1. They've only done that twice.
Yeah.
They've mixed up 5s, 4s, and 3s.
A ball and 2 strikes. Count on Chris Jimenez starting here to the bottom.
Well,
half of the
again,
third.
we're going to say it because we've had practice the last 2 nights. Now you have to put zeros on the board, and hopefully your offense can, you know, get back into this ball game.
Jimenez sends a high fly ball right center field. Rosario makes the catch, 1 away. Let's go down to Andre.
You know, Carlos Santana in the leadoff spot wasn't something he was keen on doing early in the season. But tonight I talked to him before the game, and he said he kind of has figured out himself in the box a little bit better. He says pitchers have pitched him away hard and tried to throw a lot of soft stuffs inside. He said he's staying on the ball better, hitting the ball to left center. And he says it's something that he's starting to enjoy doing the more that he's been able to get more at-bats doing it.
Well, comfort. But you know what? A lot of thought went into moving Carlos to that leadoff spot, and Tito knew it. But you know, you had to wait and see it. He's got to accept it. He's not going to change his role. He's going to be the same guy no matter where you hit him in the lineup.
Well, this is his 56th start on the year in the leadoff spot. That's more than any other. 38 times he started in the 5-hole. 6 in the cleanup spot, once in the 6th position. Easy play from Mauer, 2 down. Bring up Jason Kipnis.
Well, come on down to the ballpark for another Sugardale Dollar Dog Night. That'll take place Friday the 12th of August. You don't want to miss the first night of Rock and Blast. That's presented by First Energy. Let's go to Indians.com and get your tickets.
Jason Kipnis with a fly ball to deep center, and the Indians go 1-2-3. 3 complete, 8-2 Minnesota. Provided by Goodyear, leading the way with tires that deliver superior performance in clutch situations. Goodyear, more driven. Fourth inning, and Sean Armstrong will face Eddie Rosario, who led off the third with a single. It was the first of 5 runs Minnesota would score in the third. It's the second time in 3 games they've had a 5-run inning.
Well, in total now, in the 2 games, are getting close to 2.5 games. They have 8 times had crooked numbers on the board. A couple of times they've had just the 1 run. So, I mean, like you say, they double up, triple up. That makes it tough to come back when you continue to put up big numbers.
One ball, 2 strikes.
They sent 8 men to the plate in the first. They sent 9 men to the plate in the third.
Tapper to second base. Kipnis will take care of that one away. Tonight's injury report brought to you by the attorneys at Elk & Elk. Bad news for the Colorado Rockies. The incredible rookie shortstop Trevor Story done for the year. Torn ligament in his left thumb. 27 home runs. Good news for the Tigers. They get J.D. Martinez back. Eduardo Escobar doubled in a run in the third. Swung out and missed. J.D. Martinez rejoins a club that is absolutely on fire right now in the American League. Tigers came into today with a 7-game winning streak.
And they're up 1-0 in the 6th inning.
Fly ball to left. And let's go to Ashley Collins for an update.
Thanks, Matt. Guys, just talked about the Tigers. They're 3 back in the AL Central standings. 4th inning, Nick Castellanos with a double to right field. That would score Miguel Cabrera on that one. They are up 1-0, as Rick said, top of the 6th, no out. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Ashley. Jorge Polanco taking a called strike. Chased one down low. 0-2.
Armstrong coming out throwing strikes. 11 of his 14 pitches.
Just missed down and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Polanco, he walked to load the bases in the 1st inning after the Twins had already scored twice. But Bauer got out of that mess. And Polanco laid down a sacrifice bunt in the 3rd as the Twins took advantage and opened it up. Sliding catch in left made by Almonte to end the inning. Twins finally go down 1-2-3 for the first time tonight, and it might be the first time in the series. Tonight, 8-2 Minnesota, bottom of the fourth. First on Lowe's home field advantage. Francisco Lindor, told you earlier, the best batting average at home in the American League. And his teammate Jose Ramirez not far behind. Second time in the series, so 21 innings. Only twice have the Twins gone 1, 2, 3.
Well, it seems like it too.
Indians have already gone twice in the first 3 innings tonight in order. Francisco Lindor struck out to end the first inning. In the dirt, 1-1. Big chopper to first. Bauer had a little trouble with it, but no panic. He recovers to throw him out. Our great clip of the game from last night. Take a look at how far this goes.
Well, he just puts the bat down and runs. Look at they're starting to point in the dugout.
The only thing more impressive last night than the long home run hit by Napoli was the 15-year-old yo-yo world champion who performed in between innings in front of the Indians bullpen. That had the players in the dugout were glued to the video board. They couldn't believe what they were seeing.
Yeah, that was in between innings, a break that we had a chance to look at.
Play. Guy was watching it thinking it was going to hit off the upper deck. It shot right down and caught him by surprise. He did not make the play. 1-1. Low and away, 2 balls and a strike.
You know, Duffy's last win as a starter came 4 starts ago. That was against Texas, and I don't know what it is with the Twins, but between the Indians and the Rangers, they play those 2 teams very, very well. They're 7-4 against the Indians and 5-2 against the Rangers.
I think they use the rest of the games just to practice, and they show up and they game up for the Indians and Rangers.
I don't know what, for whatever reason, boy, they play very well, and offensively they show up because they've done the same thing to the Rangers too.
2-2. Smashed up the middle. Mike Napoli has a 1-out single. So he's hitting 5 in a row.
Send along some birthday wishes to Big K, Kathleen Zink from Valley View. Happy birthday to you. Rosemary DeDante turning 92. Rosemary, happy birthday to you.
No relation to Bob.
I'm sure it is. I would think so.
Would she claim that if we pressed her?
What's that?
Would she claim that relation if we pressed her?
That I don't know about.
Sometimes I'm not sure Lance claims that relation. Fouled back, out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Ramirez singled and scored in the 2nd inning.
The Indians 4 hits tonight. All have been singles. but 3 of them coming back in the second.
Two-strike pitch to Ramirez in the dirt.
Yeah, you figured he was going to try and get him to chase that curveball that he can throw into the dirt when he gets ahead in the count. You know, Duffy with 3 strikeouts tonight. He didn't have a strikeout in his last 2 starts, and he only went 3 2/3 innings.
He struck out 3 in a row too earlier tonight. So he's been good. Ramirez lines, no catch, and they're going to get a double play.
Yeah.
Eventually. There's the out, and that's the inning. 4 complete, 8-2 Minnesota. Levin Furniture. For the best deals on furniture and mattresses, shop Levin's. (8-2) Minnesota on top, 5th inning here at Progressive Field. Jason Beret has come in from the bullpen to help out in the dugout as a pitching coach with the ejection not only of Terry Francona but Mickey Callaway as well tonight. Juan Centeno walked and scored in the 3rd.
Tell you, Sean Armstrong has done a nice job coming out and throwing strikes, hasn't he?
Well, he's retired 4 in a row.
I know it. The 4 he's been into. And you look at his location and everything seems to be down in the strike zone for him.
A bit inside.
I like it. Go in off the plate. You know, you got to make them aware you're going inside. There haven't been a lot in there to at least make them move their feet in the first 2 games of this 2.5. Got to knock them off the plate. It just seems you hear us talk a lot of times where that plate is 17 inches. Well, it's not 17 because they're looking at about 9 inches of the outer half, and they haven't had to be too much concerned with the inner part of the plate.
He did not go. foul ball. Fouled right back. In the dirt, full count. I mean, Juan Centeno hasn't even played in this series, and he's going up and he's grinding out every at bat. It's just been impressive at how each Twins hitter has not been an easy out at all.
Right. They've made you work to get outs, and they're doing it as a team.
Swung on and missed. Armstrong strikes him out. He's fanned a pair. And Sean Armstrong has now equaled Cody Anderson and Kyle Crockett for the longest dominant stretch in this series so far. Those three pitchers have retired 5 in a row.
Nice little slider right there. 3-2 gets him to swing over the top of it. That's our Circle K strikeout tonight.
Danny Santana has scored a couple of runs tonight. He's got 6 hits in the series.
Tommy tells me 8 Twins have seen 6 or more pitches so far tonight. And, well, you think about it, you go back to it, Trevor Bauer was wild earlier. So, you know, he was throwing a lot of pitches in at bats.
Well, the 3 Indian starters so far in the series have combined for 8 1/3 innings, so it has definitely put a taxing effort on the bullpen.
Yeah, and now you think about this, you've got a quick turnaround tomorrow, the noon game.
Yeah, they've used 5 relievers in each of the first 2 games.
And Tomlin, they bump back.
Yeah, they still have Tomlin on the.
No, it's not Tomlin. It'll be Hector Santiago against.
Supposed to be Clevenger.
Yeah, Clevenger's getting to start tomorrow, right?
Just saying, the Indians press notes though, they still have Tomlin pitching tomorrow. In-game summary brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. It's been all Twins all over again. It's been like an instant replay from one game to the next to the next.
Yeah, it really has. The Twins have just beaten up on tribe pitching. Nobody has done that like that this whole year. And I'll tell you what, Armstrong, boy, you better give him a round of applause because he did a great job in his 2 innings. Nobody reached base.
No other Indians pitcher had retired 6 in a row.
I'll tell you what, he did a nice job. Just getting called up today. Good job, young man.
We'll be right back.
A Bob Feller bobblehead. That'll be courtesy of Meritech when the Tribe will host the Angels. That'll take place Saturday, August 13th. All fans can enjoy a pregame block party out in the right field district. Just go to Indians.com for your tickets.
Well, Zach McAllister's on with 2 down in the 5th. He's got Brian Dozier due up. He's 0 for 2 tonight with a walk and a run scored. And a breaking ball in for a strike. Out of play. So far this year, McAllister, working out of the bullpen, has given up 14 earned runs in 28 innings of work. And a lot of traffic. There's been 33 hits allowed in those 28 innings of just bullpen work. Remember, he did make that emergency start after the 19-inning affair in Toronto. He made it through just 1 inning, gave up 3 runs. I think he hit the first batter he faced.
Yes, he did. First pitch of the game.
Low and away, and a full count. 5 days after that emergency start, he went on the DL with a right hip problem. Swing and a miss, struck him out. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 8-2 Minnesota. by Goodyear, covering the bases with tires for superior performance all season long. Goodyear, more driven. Bottom of the fifth, Indians down 6. Lonnie Chisenhall to lead it off. He singled and scored in the second inning. And he wraps a base hit into right center field. It'll get by Kepler. He's on his way to second base. And he'll go in standing with a leadoff double. So the Indians trying to get something rolling here in the fifth.
Well, 4 of the 5 Indians hits have come on the first pitch off of Duffy today.
Stat of the game brought to you by Buick. Tyler Naquin coming to the plate since June 1st. Here's how they stack up.
You look at both those guys, and then Tyler, who was the player, the rookie of the month in July, hitting .333. Kepler, a little more power and more ribbies, but boy, these two guys have really played well.
Naquin drives it deep right field, and the Indians are on the comeback trail.
There you go.
Naquin's 14th home run of the year. RBIs 33 and 34. It's an 8-4 ball game.
Back-to-back first pitchers, Matty. 5 of the 6 have come on that first pitch.
If you like it, get after it.
Well, and I'm telling you, there it was right there. He left it down and in, and he knew it. He kept it fair. So, yeah, there you go. They cut the lead in half.
I love the blimp cam replay shot there.
Yeah, isn't that nice? There you'll see a little change-up. Boom, gets it. See ya. Number 13 for Naquin. Number 17 given up by Duffy. All right, little spark, just what they needed.
And still nobody out. Down 4. Abraham Almonte, who drove in a run back in the second inning. Breaking ball over the outside corner for a strike. Chased a breaking ball down in the dirt. 0-2.
For what the Indians have done tonight against Duffy on that first pitch, 5 out of 6. The rest of baseball in the year now, they're hitting .455 off of him on the first pitch, so you better be ready.
He chased it, go. Almonte taking off for first. Here's the throw by Centeno, and he got him. Again, a hesitation by Almonte cost him. That's the second time that's happened this year.
Strikeout number 4 for Duffy. It's a bang-bang play. But out of challenges. They cannot review it.
I don't think it matters. There was a lot closer on that.
Yeah, really close. I mean,
boy, here comes. See, he just threw somebody else out. Jim Reynolds, the first base umpire, has just tossed somebody. I don't know who it was. Might be Corey Kluber. I can't tell. Who is that down there? It is Kluber. You know, at some point as an umpire, you just have to let that stuff go. I mean, guys are going to chirp. It's the nature of the game. They're going to hoot. They're going to express their opinion. You can't start throwing everybody out just because they don't like your call. Now low, ball 1 to Chris Jimenez. But back to that play, I mean, give Juan Centeno a lot of credit. He had to hustle. He had to run almost to the on-deck circle to grab that ball and still turn and threw a perfect strike to first base. But again, if you swing at a ball that's in the dirt, your first reaction ought to be to look back quickly.
Well, you would
and go.
think so. I know there was a slight hesitation. Watch. He didn't really see it, and the hesitation cost him because it was bang bang to begin with. I mean, it's right there. It was awfully close. So you're right. Good play by him, but the hesitation hurt Almonte.
Carlos Santana socks one high in the air to center field, but not deep enough. Rosario is there and makes the catch. 2-run homer by Tyler Naquin has the Indians a little bit closer. It's 8-4. Sixth inning, Tyler Naquin got the Indians within 4 runs with his 2-run shot right down the line and right.
Yeah, got to change up to his liking. Well, cuts the lead in half. They're down 4 now. We're in the 6th inning, so there's still time to go. But the important part, putting zeros on the board.
Low. McAllister facing Joe Mauer, Max Kepler, Miguel Sano. This is ridiculous what this guy's done.
Well, he scored 8 times. It's
the guy behind him 6 for 10 with 4 homers.
Yeah, that's the kind of series you dream about. Well, for McAllister, he's falling behind. You want to see a 0 here.
Full count. McAllister walks the leadoff man here in the 6th. And we'll go to Ashley Collins for a studio update.
Thanks, Matt. Tigers and White Sox in action. Detroit up 1-0, and the White Sox would tie it up when Justin Morneau homers to right field, his 3rd of the season, his 2nd off of Michael Fulmer, who is done for the evening after 6 2/3 innings of work. They're tied at 1, top of the 8th, guys.
Well, good for Justin Morneau. Boy, it's been a tough second half of his career with the injuries and just trying to stay on the field. I know he was trying to come back this year. He was hurt. White Sox took a flyer on him anyway, and you know, he played a lot of years with these Minnesota Twins and did a lot of damage here in this ballpark. Max Kepler takes a strike. Now the 1-1. Kepler with a base hit to center field. And now we'll stop at second. So the first 2 have reached.
Kepler's 2nd hit tonight. He's 2 for 3. He walked the first time. Drove in a pair back in the 3rd, and he pulls the hands in a little bit. This wasn't quite in enough.
This stretch of Indian starting pitching gone awry here. Not only is it stunning based on what we've seen these guys do all season long to have 3 consecutive starts like this, and you can say, well, it's only 3 starts. I get that. But Redbird dug into the research with the guys at Stats, and the last time the Indians had 3 straight starts where the starting pitcher didn't make it through 4 innings and gave up 6 or more earned runs predates Bob Feller.
No kidding. Is that right?
You've got to go back to 1930 in a 3-game series at home against the New York Yankees.
I was going to say it had to be the Yankees.
Not surprisingly. I mean, that's incredible, isn't it? I mean, you figure you're going to have some bad stretches, right?
Yes.
But we haven't seen anything like this since before you and I were even roaming the earth.
Maybe that's why I'm surprised the way they've come out and they've been able to swing the bat as a team. But I will say this, Armstrong went in there, retired 6 straight. Everything he threw was down in the strike zone. How many times have we showed you replays that are elevated, pitches up, mid-thighs, belt high? Everything's been upstairs. They haven't been able to get the ball down.
Which, again, to me speaks to how do I want to put it? Guys are, I don't want to use the term tired because that's not the right word, but.
You're talking about the pitchers?
Yeah.
You still have to execute your pitches and get them down and find the strike zone. There's no excuses. I mean, everybody's tired.
But velocities haven't been good. Getting the ball down takes effort, and I think you're just looking at guys who maybe hit a little bit of a wall. It's, you know, you talk about that dead arm period guys go through. Yeah, there might be a little fatigue days.
Well, that's true, but I'm saying all-star break. You know, not long ago we had 3 off days in a week. Pitchers have been bumped back. They've had extra rest for starts. I mean, it's all part of going through the process through the course of the year. Everybody does it. Everybody goes through it.
It's just that these guys have all gone through it at the exact same time.
Well, right. You don't see it for, you know, 2 straight times through the rotation like it's been for the most part. Kluber, no. Kluber's last start outstanding, you know. And
Kluber and Tommy.
Yes, and Josh. And Josh was supposed to pitch tomorrow, but he's getting bumped till Friday.
3-2 pitch. That's a hard smash. What a play by Ramirez. Steps on the bag, completes the double play. Nice job by Jose Ramirez. Kepler is at second base, and there are 2 down.
That was a very nice play. Backhanded play. He knew exactly what to do with it. Touch third and go to first. He does. They turn the double play. Good play by Hosey.
Stepping in for the Twins.
And he stepped right on it and on the run.
I mean, I understand your point about off days and all that, and you're right. They should be rested. But how else do you explain a guy goes down with a bum elbow? Carrasco last night's 97. All of a sudden he's down to 93.
I don't explain. I can't explain it. They have to. I mean, I can't answer that question.
Eddie Rosario is 2 for 3 on the night with 2 runs driven in and a run scored. Time called, and out goes Jimenez. I just think getting the ball down requires that little extra effort. You've got to be able to drive it down on the strike zone, and if there's fatigue involved, all of a sudden the ball starts to get up, and they're teeing off.
Well, they better start getting it down.
Dan Otero getting loose in the bullpen.
He's been up every game in this series. This bullpen, and as I mentioned, a quick turnaround tomorrow for a noon game. They need a very good start.
Yeah, it's amazing when he ran 10 relievers out there in the last 2 nights, and the only guy that pitched back-to-back games was Kyle Crockett. And Austin Adams, who got sent back. So you figure Crockett's probably unavailable, but he might be able to navigate the rest of this game with guys who didn't pitch last night. But some of that might depend on how the rest of this game plays out offensively too.
That is true.
Come tomorrow, who knows what might happen with, like you said, with a quick turnaround, noon start.
Well, this out here, just get this one, keep that man stranded. Go in and take your chance to see what happens offensively.
0-2 pitch up and away. Cody Anderson joining Otero. Up and away and out of play.
This is what they do. They battle to stay alive.
Didn't take the Tigers long to come right back and answer. J.D. Martinez with a home run on the first pitch he saw.
Is that right?
From Chris Sale in the 8th inning.
Wow.
2-1.
Welcome back.
1-2 pitch. Down in.
There you go.
Max Kepler's the runner at second base with 2 away. Eddie Rosario was down 0-2. It's back to 2-2. And that is a fair ball. Down into the corner it goes, and another run comes home for the Twins. Kepler scores in the second as Rosario with a 2-out RBI double. And it's now 9-4 Minnesota.
Yeah, and another Minnesota hit, and where he was down 0-2, he smoked a high fastball there. Another extra base hit. Look at the location. I mean, we could show you every swing and every hit that they've had, and he's checked the locations out, and they're basically all the same. So 2 out base hit. It makes it 9-4. Now you get to the point where someone else could just finish the game, and you worry about saving some guys for tomorrow.
Two-0. Now that pitch on the first pitch might have been a more effective. Might have had a chance to get him to offer at it. The first pitch breaking ball in the dirt has usually not much of a chance to get a hitter to offer, unless he is swinging no matter what coming out of the shoes. 3-0.
Well, it started with the leadoff walk, then a base hit. They got the double play ball on a nice play by Ramirez. Couldn't get the 2 out. Rosario smoked it in the corner. Now behind 3-0. But they had 14 hits last night, 19 in game 1. They have 10 tonight.
It's only the 6th inning. Kipnis with a good backhand play. He'll throw him out. That'll end the inning. Middle of the 6th. It's now 9-4 Minnesota.
Spectacular is set for August 12th, the 13th. Next weekend, the Tribe will host the Angels. It's a 25-minute show, and they're presented by First Energy. They're set to the theme of One Louder. Go to Indians.com for your tickets.
Jason Kipnis 0 for 2 today. Missed inside. Two-one pitch hit in the air to center. Rosario is under it. And there's one down. Let's go back to the studios. Here's another in-game update with Ashley Collins.
All right, thanks, Matt. Blue Jays on the road in Houston. Fourth inning, and Josh Donaldson with a solo shot. That makes it 26 on the season for the third baseman. Toronto currently just one game back behind Baltimore in the AL East. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Ashley. Donaldson tied with Mike Napoli with 26 homers in the American League. Here's Francisco Lindor 0 for 2. Well, the Kansas City Royals can certainly empathize with what the Indians are going through right now, pitching-wise. Edinson Volquez, though he did make it through 5 innings tonight, gave up 8 runs on 11 hits, and the Tampa Bay Rays lead the Royals 11-0 in the 7th inning. Kansas City headed to their 8th loss in their last 11 games.
Yeah, they're having some issues, some problems, some injuries.
They're going to the 9th in Detroit. Tigers lead the White Sox 2-1. Lindor struck out on the first, grounded out to first base in the 4th inning. After the 2-run homer by Naquin, Tyler Duffy has come right back in and set down 4 straight. Oh man, that nailed the umpire behind the plate. Manny Gonzalez. You know, you go back to the 2-run homer by Naquin, and then the next batter was Abraham Almonte. And the strikeout, the throw to first, it was a bang-bang play. No challenges for the Indians. And Almonte, had he run just a fraction of a second sooner than he did, he would have been safe.
You know, that's the thing, though. When you fall behind, and the way this series has gone, everything is magnified because you have to play perfect, and you can't play perfect baseball. Too hard to do.
2 down. FS1 Saturday, Red Sox Dodgers will battle in LA. Action begins Saturday 4 Eastern, or watch it live on Fox Sports Go. Boston begins the night 2 games back in the East. They're out in Seattle facing Iwakuma, with Porcello going for the Tigers. Boy, he's had a heck of a year.
Yeah, he really has. He's had a year that they thought they would get.
Mike Napoli drives one to deep left field, and it is gone. Mike Napoli, home run number 27, and that's his 5th straight game with a dinger.
Ties his career high 5 straight, and that was a line drive. It looked like it hit the railing.
I believe you're right.
That's the longest streak by an Indian since Hafner had a 6-gamer. So Knapp continues hot. He also had a base hit in his last at bat. So number 27, give him RBI 77, and Knapp stays hot.
Let's see if that gets the party started. Second home run allowed by Duffy tonight. And Jose Ramirez, who singled and scored back in the 2nd inning, but hit into an awkward double play his last time up at the plate.
You see, here's a case too. What we were talking about with Minnesota, when they score the way they're doing, you can let your starter go out there. He's given up 5 runs, but it's no big deal.
Yeah.
You know, they're just getting somebody up in the bullpen. You know, you can let him go a little bit longer. You can take a little bit of pressure off that bullpen. It means a lot.
Ramirez shoots one toward left field, and a sliding attempt by Santana does not come up with it, and into second base goes Ramirez.
That hit him in the shoulder or the face. He came in to slide and try and make a catch. It'd be a 2-out double for Ramirez. He's coming in and got him, off the arm, the upper arm. It missed his glove. And when you slide like that, your eyes, you see, he just.
Rick, I almost think the ball might have gotten into the lights.
Could have, but it looked like he was trying to bat it away, and he might have lost it at the last minute.
Yeah.
So it's a double.
You don't see an outfielder swat at a ball like that.
Yeah, that was a weird play. It looked like he might have been able to catch that ball, but let's see when he goes down if his foot, that right at the end, you see that plant foot? It sort of gave way. And you can see the turf was dug up right there, so maybe that had something to do with it as well.
Got some grass in his beard. Lonnie Chisenhall, 2 for 2 tonight. Pulls it foul. Look out.
Well, I could get after that first pitch. Well, again, if you can pick this run up, it's only the 6th inning. You'd be down by 3 runs. Again, they're doing it with 2 outs. The Napoli home run.
The 0-1 to Chisenhall. Swung at a ball in the dirt, 0-2. Chased another one down in the dirt, and that'll end the inning. Napoli's home run gets the Indians a little closer. It's 9-5 Twins after 6. Cleveland Indians baseball is brought to you by the Injury Lawyers at Elk & Elk, proud partner of the Cleveland Indians. Call 1-800-ELK, Ohio. By Ford, built Ford tough. And by Firelands Regional Medical Center. Cody Anderson coming on for Cleveland, the 4th pitcher to work here tonight. Cody did not pitch last night, but he did work 2 1/3 innings in the series opener. Jorge Polanco walked in the 1st, laid down a sacrifice bunt in the 3rd, lined out to left in the 4th inning. Takes ball one. Line to first, where Napoli makes the catch, one down. Yeah, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Sean Armstrong came on, pitched 2 innings. 6 up, 6 down, struck out a pair.
And look at the location. A lot of things down in the strike zone. Threw a lot of strikes, pitched ahead in the count. Just called up today, did a nice job.
The most consecutive
Well
hitters
done.
retired by an Indians pitcher in the series to this point.
Well, he's got to feel good about himself. I know the game is a little out of control, but he came in and settled it down for his 2 innings of relief.
He made 30 pitches, 21 of them were strikes. You know, you talk about pitching ahead in the count.
Right.
But pitching effective, I mean, it's not as though Indians pitchers have been behind. We detailed how many 0-2 hits,
Right.
how many 0-2 counts.
They have been ahead of the count, correct. They just haven't been able to put them away.
A little bit outside. Centennial chased one that was off the plate, full count. In the air, Naquin says, "I'll take it." He does, and there are 2 gone. Join Indians team president Chris Antonetti Tuesday, August 16th, right here at the ballpark for Positive Coaching Alliance breakfast. Fans will get a behind-the-scenes perspective on the player development program. Tickets go online, positivecoach.org/chapter/Cleveland. Line drive to third base. Jose Ramirez with a great reactionary play to end the inning. Couple of line drives, couple of good plays defensively.
kids 12 and under with the purchase of an adult ticket. They are located in the family deck out of Progressive Field, right next to the kids clubhouse. You can go to Indians.com to get your tickets.
And the new pitcher for Minnesota is left-hander Taylor Rogers. Rogers pitched a scoreless inning last night, gave up 1 hit.
Duffy, 6 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, didn't walk anybody, 5 strikeouts, couple of home runs allowed.
Tyler Naquin last time up, got one down. He got it out. His 13th home run of the year. Keep saying 13th home run of the year, but all 13 since June 1st.
Yeah, that's true. I forget about that when he was called back. A different guy.
Yeah, I mean 13 home runs in basically 2 months' time. Up walking Naquin to start the inning. So the lefty comes on and walks the lefty.
Well, you take it, you get it started, and that's the one thing, boy. Minnesota pitchers always used to, make you put the ball in play. They give up a lot of hits, but they don't like to walk anybody. But there's, especially when you have a 4-run lead, you get late in the ball game, you certainly do not want to see walks. But a lot of times that leadoff walk can spark you. We're in the 7th inning. This is where the Indians love it, at home. 7th inning on.
Now Abraham Almonte will bat with a runner at first, nobody out. Makes ball 1. Almonte 5 out of 16 against left-handed pitching. It's way too small a sample size to make any judgments, but so far this year, 5 out of 16 against left-handed pitching with 1 home run. Right-handed pitchers, he's batting .240, no homers. Last year, he had the same batting average against both lefties and righties, but 21 extra base hits came against right-handed pitchers. Only 1 extra base hit last year against the lefty. He's down on strikes here. 1 away. We're back here at noon, high noon, for the series finale. Indians Twins. We'll have it for you on Sports Time Ohio. Alan Jensen start our coverage with Indians Live at 11:30. Brandon Guyer, his Indians debut as he bats for Chris Jimenez. Guyer is a guy that we'll see against left-handed pitching. Not exclusively, but that's really his specialty.
Yeah, he's fared well against it this year. 344 with 4 homers. 9 ribbies.
It's funny because there are some guys who do excel as right-handed hitters, specifically against lefties, but there are a lot of right-handers who don't like the ball coming into them.
Everybody thinks, because you're a right-handed hitter, you can hit left-handers. That's not necessarily the truth.
Quickly, 0-2 the count. Down low.
Going back with that breaking ball, trying to get him to chase it down.
Yeah, the other really odd thing about Brandon Guyer is how many times he gets hit by a pitch. 47 times in the last 2 years. Obviously, Rick, he doesn't budge.
No. And it, just from looking up here, it doesn't look like he's standing on the plate a whole lot either. I mean, you see a lot of guys closer to the plate than that.
Like Grady Sizemore took his fair share, but Grady was a guy, seemed like, I wouldn't say he was right on top of the plate, but he was another one. He didn't move. If it was coming in, he was going to wear it. Out of point. Got 2-2. Foul away. He's putting up a good at bat.
Well, he got that breaking ball again where he's seen a number of them in this at bat, so he has a pretty good idea how it's breaking now as May gets loose in the Minnesota bullpen.
Way outside, full count.
Well, he's worked his way back into the count. Hasn't been able to throw that fastball for a strike to him in his at bat. See if he comes back with a 3-2 breaking ball.
Whoa, ball 4. What an at bat for Guyer.
Yeah, really. Both base runners now he's walked. And he couldn't throw his fastball for a strike. You know, that's the key. He was waiting for it, never got one to his liking. So now 2 men aboard.
Neil Allen, the pitching coach, heading out. They got a right-hander up in the bullpen. You saw him a moment ago. You've got Carlos Santana, then Jason Kipnis, then Lindor. So you've got the switch hitter, the lefty, and another switch hitter. As the Twins talk things over with Taylor Rogers, we'll go back to the studios for another in-game update.
Thanks, Matt. Tigers were up 2-1. White Sox had a chance to tie it. Bottom of the 9th, bases loaded, and Dioner Navarro grounds out. That will give Detroit their 8th straight win. 2-1 was the final score on that. Francisco Rodriguez with the save. Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks, Ashley. Todd Frazier, a key strikeout with a tying run at third and less than 2 out earlier in that inning. Well, here's Carlos Santana with 2 on, 1 out.
Well, let's see if the trend continues. He's been able to throw the breaking ball for strikes, but not his fastball.
Missed ball 1.
Boy, they're giving you, they're setting up the inning with a couple of walks. It was the first two. That's the one thing. Duffy did not walk anybody.
Missed again, 2-0. So he missed with the breaking ball and with the fastball.
But I still don't think he's throwing a fastball for a strike yet.
Tyler Naquin walked to start the inning. Almonte struck out. And then Geyer walked. Now the 2-0 to Santana. Chops it to third, and a double play ball will end the inning. 7 in the books, 9-5 Twins. Telecast is presented by authority of the Cleveland Indians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians. Defensively, the Indians have Roberto Perez behind the plate now. Cody Anderson got worked a 1-2-3 7th inning. He'll stay on to pitch the 8th, top of the order. Brian Dozier to lead off. First ball swinging back out of play.
Dozier been on one time. He walked in the third and scored. But 0 for 3.
There's a line drive, base hit in a right center field. Up the alley it goes, all the way to the wall. Dozier's going to hit second and keep going for third. And he's going to make it easily with a leadoff triple.
Well, the Twins lead the league in triples. That is their 26th. Brian Dozier, that's his 4th, and he just plugged the gap. And there's the leadoff triple and another extra base hit. That gives him 5 on the evening. There's a fastball that came right back. We told you he's a high fastball hitter. Another pitch elevated in the strike zone. So they get the leadoff triple. And the infield's going to come in right from the start with nobody out.
Up and away. Ball 1 to Joe Mauer.
He has had a series you cannot forget.
9 hits in 13 at bats. He has 5 doubles and a home run.
Now Mauer has had a good career against the Indians, but they've held him in check, you know, for the last few years.
Yeah.
But he is really.
That's why I was telling you, I don't remember seeing him this hot in several years.
I know it. He's swinging it as well as he has in quite some time. I agree.
He'd take his base hits, you know, he'd flip one over to the other side, but I mean, he's stayed on the ball. He's hit it hard, line drives to the alleys.
Well, whatever adjustments they have made with him, he has made with his swing. It's certainly working, at least from what we can see.
Yeah.
I mean, you look up and he's only hitting 276 on the year. Here's a guy that's normally well over 300.
Well, you know, I was thinking about that. I think last year he only hit maybe 260, 277 the year before that. So he's had a couple of down years by his standards because, you know, he was a perennial batting title contender. Yeah, last year he hit 265, the year before 277, but before that 324, 319, 327, 365.
Well, he's just going down and he's hitting it with authority.
Up though.
Yeah. Well, he hit a first hit or two were down.
It doesn't matter with him. And when he's locked in, you could bounce it and he'll find
Well,
a way.
and how many close pitches does he take? He doesn't go outside the zone.
It gets by Napoli and down the line it goes.
It's going to be another double for him.
Mauer goes into second base.
Maybe no. They couldn't dig it out.
He's going to keep going to third, and he'll go in there without a throw.
I didn't see what happened in the corner with Chisholm. We lost him. I don't know if.
Could be back-to-back triples.
It will be. It will be back-to-back triples. Is right. There it was. He just tops the ball and it was placed right over the bag. Napoli couldn't get there. It trickles down. Let's see what happens in the corner. Yeah, could not cut it off. So he gets another RBI. He gets his 4th hit tonight. Had 4 in game 1. Well, back-to-back triples here to start the 8th. Gives him 10 runs. They're in double digits again. Gives him 25 extra base hits in the first 3 games.
The 0-1 in there for a strike. He chops one to first. No RBIs. Mauer couldn't get home. 1 away. Third straight game the Twins have scored at least 10. 32 runs in 3 games. Missed outside, ball 1. Miguel Sano is 1 for 8 in the series. He did not play in the opener. Had 1 hit last night, couple of runs driven in though. In fact, it was his 2-run double that made it 8-0 in the 4th inning. Three and 0. Bullseye. Baltimore hung on to beat Texas. 3-2 was the final there. Walk to Sano, first and third with one out. Kevin Cash is not called off the dogs against Kansas City. The Rays lead the Royals 12-0 now. Rosario's had 3 hits tonight and 6 in the series.
Well, he's played well against the Indians. A little hitting streak going against them. About the last 4 series.
Rosario's the guy that hit the ball that was up around his shoulder blades, right?
Up here, yeah, up and in off Tomlin in Minnesota. You talking about? Yes, a couple of years ago. Or was it last year? Seems
it
like,
might have been last year.
Yeah, it was last year. Just seems like a few years ago.
Upstairs. He fouled it off. It stays 1-2.
I mean, barely fouled that pitch off. That one was almost in the ground by the time he was.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 out. We're in the 8th. And Minnesota leading at 10-5. And you can't have enough timeouts in these situations. Boy, did he pull the hands in. Grounds at the first. Napoli comes home. Mauer's a dead duck. They'll tag him out, but nobody's at third. They'll throw to second. Now they got the runner Sano hung up. Where was he going? And he's tagged out. That'll end the inning. Obviously, he wasn't looking at the guy in front of him. Inning over. It's 10-5 Twins. You're leading the way with tires that deliver superior performance in clutch situations. Goodyear, more driven.
Boy, it's been a good homestand for the Blimp, hasn't it? They've been here, it seems like, every day. It's been beautiful weather and a chance to give us some great shots from high atop, haven't they? Been beautiful.
Trevor May on for Minnesota now to pitch the 8th inning. Tell you what, Arch, if the Indians don't pull a rabbit out of the hat and down 10-5 in the 8th, it would be some kind of feat if they were to come back and win this game tonight. But if they don't, this is one of those nights where I don't envy Andre Knott and the folks that have to go down to the clubhouse, because Terry Francona, as easy and mild-mannered as he can be, he will not be in a real good frame of mind tonight.
Well, it's not a good time for the last few days, that's for sure. Think about coming off a sweep against Oakland. You've got Minnesota before, back into your division where you played very well all year long with a team that's played well against you. They've come into your house and have dominated.
They came in and wrecked the joint. Tore up the furniture. Drank all your booze, ate all your food.
Yeah, and there's one more to go.
Francisco Lindor 0 for 3 tonight. And while all this is going on, the Tigers snuck in and stole a bunch of games.
Well, they've won 8 straight.
They're only going to be 2 back if this score holds up here tonight. One pitch, and a strike is called.
Yeah, you figure coming home off a nice stretch after we get off the road. They split with Washington and had a day off. They sweep Oakland. It's their 4-1 homestand, and now looking at losing their 3rd straight to go to 4-4 on this homestand with 1 more to go.
Swung out and missed. He got Lindor. Mike Napoli, well, he's been on some kind of roll.
Yeah, that he has. 5 consecutive games he is over, and that ties a career high for him. That's the longest streak since Travis Hafner hitting 6 straight. Down there, crouching with that leg coming out to get down low.
The 1-2 offering to Napoli. just missed outside. That's where the veteran, the experienced hitter, they can track that ball and they just know it's off the plate. I mean, they don't even flinch. They don't even motion toward the ball. That breaking ball is grounded to short. And the inning is over. 8 complete. 10-5 Twins.
But the Twins once again beating the Indians 10-5 is the score as we move to the 9th inning. Al Pulowski here along with Jensen Lewis, and tonight, Jensen, once again the story is basically the same. The Indians scored enough runs. They have 5, but the pitching just wasn't there. And don't forget to join us after the game. Indians Live brought to you by Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care. But what's going on?
I know Matt and Rick had talked about this during the game, but when you can't get your starting pitcher through the 4th inning, that's going to leave you with certainly a really uphill battle. But for me, guys, and looking at body language here, yeah, Minnesota has had their number all year, but to me, it just looks like they need one whole game where they can reset everything and just get back to normal. What do you guys think?
Well, they need a starter to get him at least 6 innings and keep him in the game. I think that's first and foremost for me.
Yeah, they're falling behind early and often. And Minnesota, they've just been putting crooked numbers on the board, so it hasn't been close. You can't keep coming back from 8 runs and 6 runs in a ball game. Offensively, you just can't do it.
Nice play by Almonte deep in the left field corner. Ran into the wall, hung on to retire Escobar for out number 1. Boy, he had a full head of steam. He was unable to really shorten his steps and pull up. So he went pretty much not full tilt, but this was not an easy play given how quickly that wall came up on him.
No, but he had enough room to hit the brakes, you know, before he goes into that wall. That was the good thing.
He hit the air brakes.
Yeah.
1 down for Jorge Polanco. It's got to be a little weird for the guys in the bullpen, too, as good as the starters have been all year. That phone's been ringing 3 nights in a row now. It's been ringing awful early. Up the gut. And Jorge Polanco has his first hit tonight, but his 5th in the series. The keys to the game, courtesy of Mazda. Trevor Bauer went 2 2/3 innings tonight, and location was definitely an issue for him. And there was no play from in front. Minnesota scored in the top of the 1st.
Right. That's been a reoccurring issue on this homestand where they fall behind early.
With 1 out in the 9th, Brad Mills going to go to the bullpen here, and it's Dan Otero. We'll be right back. Dan Otero on for the Indians. Fourth reliever to work in tonight's ball game.
Yeah, only 5 pitchers tonight as opposed to 6 in the first 2 games.
Yeah. I'm meaning to tell you. Juan Centeno, he just slapped it the other way, and that's another base hit. 14 for the Twins.
They just stayed on it, playing him off the line, and he beats Ramirez to the third base line.
They had 14 hits last night.
19 in game 1.
Danny Santana. Cuts in, misses, 0-2. Chopper towards Kipnis. He'll go to Lindor. There's one back. Oh, no return throw. Ball popped loose on the transfer, and there are 2 down.
Looks like he tried to get maybe just a little too quick here in the transfer. He just never had it in his hand. The ball came out. But they do get the lead runner. They're going into second base, I should say.
Now batting for Minnesota, number 2, Brian Dozier.
Brian Dozier will be the batter. He has tripled, walked, and scored 2 runs. There's a long drive, and that one's not coming back. Brian Dozier and the Twins continue to pile on. A 2-out, 3-run homer here in the ninth makes it 13-5 Minnesota.
Well, their first homer of the night, and it's a big one, a 3-runner. Wow. I mean, I have not seen teams swing the bat like this in a long, long time. For Dozier, his 21st.
At bat, first baseman Joe Mauer.
And another crooked number. Minnesota actually had 3 fence posts tonight.
Yeah. Well,
after having 1 in the first 2 games.
They scored in 6 of the 9 innings, though.
Not a play. Joe Mauer with 4 hits tonight. He has 10 hits in the series. I've just been told that the Twins, with 26 extra base hits, is the most ever in a 4-game series against the Indians that the Indians have allowed. And we've still got another game to go.
Right.
Since 1913. That's as far back as the numbers go. Napoli will go to the bag. Ooh. Bottom of the ninth coming up. Good luck picking this one, huh?
Well, Joe Mauer again with 4 hits in a ball game. He comes on and he continues to swing the bat. What a night he had. Drove in a couple of big runs to make it 6-2 back in the 3rd. So he had 2 doubles, a triple, a single. What a night.
Buddy Boshears, the new pitcher for Minnesota. Left-hander coming on. Boshears to face Jose Ramirez, Lonnie Chisenhall, and Tyler Naquin. We're going to get a pinch hitter for Lonnie as Rajay Davis moves to the on-deck circle. Pitch is outside, low, ball 1. Up and away, 2-0. Strike at the knees. It's 2-1. Two-one offering. And that's up high. 3-1. Jose Ramirez, 2 more hits tonight. He's got 5 knocks in the series. Pushing that batting average up close to 300 again. In the air, left field. Santana calls for it. The left fielder has it 1 away. Rajay Davis going to bat for Lonnie Chisenhall. Arch, when you get beat up like this, especially 3 straight, you talk about in baseball you have to have the ability to separate from one game to the next.
Yeah.
Because you have to continue to move forward. Whether you had a good game or a bad game, you can't take yesterday into the next day. How easy is it, though, when this has now compounded itself to 3 straight ugly ones?
Well, it's been primarily because of the starting pitching and the strength of this team. So offensively,
but doesn't it affect everyone, though?
Well, it makes everything look bad. It's like when you're not hitting, I mean, it looks like a boring game and things like that. But when you're not getting good pitched games, you don't have a chance to win a baseball game. So you can't look at the offense. They've scored enough to win. They scored 6, 5, and 5, and you know.
It's not like in Baltimore where they didn't score at all.
Right, where you didn't score. I mean, they put runs on the board. They battled. They just haven't had the opportunity to get the lead and get going out there. The pitching hasn't allowed that. So they need a good start tomorrow is what they need. And everything will be settled down if you can get that start. And the offense has been fine. And I'll tell you, it's always tough to come back, you know, from big deficits to win. A couple of runs is different, but I mean they've been in big holes here.
Yeah, when you're down 6-0, 8-0.
Right, it's tough to come back. I mean they've shown a lot of spunk to try and get back into the games, but if you don't put zeros on the other side, they just don't have a chance. And Minnesota is putting a display on offensively that's second to none. You know, they've set a record already in 3 games. 26 extra base hits, you said, that they've never done in a 4-game series. So anything now is, I mean, they've got nothing to lose. They're free and easy. So, you know, you don't look at it like, hey, boy, they have to regroup. You need a well-pitched game is exactly what they need. And it's going to be the young man that's going to have to give it to him. Clevenger.
Out of play. It would be an entirely different story if they were kicking it all over the field, making a lot of maybe mental mistakes on the bases. If it was that kind of a loss, then maybe you have a closed-door meeting and said, hey, let's go. But
no, it's offensively, they're just getting beat up. Minnesota is hitting it all over this ballpark.
3-2 offering. Sounded like cracked his bat. And there are 2 down on the night.
Gonzalez going to get a chance to hit now for Naquin.
Swings at the first pitch and fouls it out of play. Eric Gonzalez was called up on July the 14th, and this is his 9th at bat. Tell you one thing about the young man, for only having 8 at bats, when he has gone up there, he's going up there to swing the bat.
Why not? I mean, you can't go up there to take. You don't get that many opportunities. When you do, you see the ball, you want to hit it. Get after it. Don't wait for anything.
Now the 2-strike pitch. Curveball, a little high. Down and in. Two shoots it out of play. And Gonzalez awaits the 2-2 delivery. Pulls it foul. Swing and a miss ends the ball game. And the Twins have taken the first 3 in the series. They have scored 45 runs in the process. And they've got a chance to make it a 4-game sweep tomorrow at high noon here in Cleveland. 13-5 is the final. Tyler Duffy, the winner, he's 6-8. Trevor Bauer, the loser, he's 7-5. Indians fall to 60-45 on the year. Their lead in the Central Division is down to 2 games over Detroit. Minnesota is now 43-64 on the year.
Well, as we said, tomorrow, the one thing the Indians have to do, you got to come out and you have to pitch well. That's all there is to it. If they want to win and salvage that 1 game out of the 4-game series and have a 5-4 homestand, that's number 1. Have to do it.
Well, either that or they're going to have to score about 12-15 runs.
Yeah, I want to see a good pitch game. That's what they need to do. Get back to the basics. But I'll tell you what, it is not going to be easy against this Minnesota club because
Not
they
the
are
way they're
flying.
swinging it.
They're flying high, man. It doesn't matter. You get them down 0-2 in the count. They are making solid contact, and their outs are loud. These guys, I mean, it's like batting practice. So they are on a good roll. And there's the hitting coach and the manager right there, Molitor and Brunansky. And boy, they are swinging it. So
and Joe Mauer,
good luck tomorrow.
Had an unbelievable series. So we'll be with you tomorrow, high noon, first pitch, Indians Twins. For Rick Manning and Andre Knott, I'm Matt Underwood. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Indians Live with Alan Jensen is next.